trees, and worthy to be desired. In his praise, he also, who forbids thy use, conceals not from us, naming thee the tree of knowledge. Knowledge both of good and evil. Forbids then to taste, but his forbidding commends thee more, while it infers the good by thee communicated, and our want. Such prohibitions bind not. But if death bind us without demands, what profits then our inward freedom? In the day we eat of this fair fruit, our doom is we shall die. How dies the serpent? She hath eaten and lives, and knows, and speaks, and reasons, and discerns. Here grows the cure of all, this fruit divine, of virtue to make wise. What hinders then to reach and feed at once both body and mind? Oh, sovereign, virtuous, precious of all trees in paradise, operation blessed. Not without song and due praise, each morning will I tend thee, in the fertile verdant eaves of thy full branches, up but free to all, till, dieted by thee, I grow mature in knowledge as the gods, who all things know, though others envy what they cannot give, and I perhaps am secret. Heaven is high, high and remote, from thence to see distinct each thing on earth, and other care may have diverted from continual watch our great forbidder, safe with all his spies about him. But to Adam, in what sort shall I appear? Shall I to him make known my change, and give him to partake full happiness with me? Or rather not? Keep the odds of knowledge in my power without co-partner, so to add what wants in female sex, the more to draw his love, and render me more equal, and perhaps not undesirable, for inferior who is free. This may be well, but what if God hath seen, and death ensue? Then I shall be no more, and Adam wedded to another Eve shall live with her enjoying. I extinct, a death to think. Confirmed, then I resolve, Adam shall share with me in bliss or woe. So dear I love him, that with him all deaths I could endure. Without him live no life. Hast thou not wondered, Adam, at my stay? Thee I have missed, and thought it long deprived thy presence. Agony of love till now not felt, nor shall be twice. For nevermore mean I to try what rash untried I sought, the pain of absence from thy sight. Strange hath been the cause, and wonderful to hear. This tree is not, as we are told, a tree of danger tasted, nor of evil opening the way, but of divine effect, to open eyes and make them gods who taste, and have been tasted such. The serpent wise, or not restrained as we, or not obeying, hath eaten of the fruit, and hath become not dead as we are threatened, but thenceforth endued with human voice and human sense, reasoning to admiration, and with me persuasively hath so prevailed that I have also tasted, and found the effects to correspond. Open are my eyes, dim as dilated spirit, and growing up to Godhead, which for thee chiefly I sought, without thee can despise. For bliss, when thou hast part, to me is bliss, tedious unshared with thee, and odious soon. Thou therefore also taste, that different degree may not disjoin us. Equal joy with equal love. Lest thou not tasting, different degree disjoin us. And I then too late renounce deity for thee when fate will not permit.
O fairest of creation, last and best of all God's works, creature in whom whatever could to sight or thought be formed, how art thou lost? How on a sudden lost, defaced, deflowered, and now to death devote, certain my resolution is to die. How can I live without thee? How forgo thy sweet converse and love so dearly joined? The link of nature draws me. Flesh of flesh, bone of my bone thou art. And from thy state mine never shall be parted, bliss or woe. Perhaps thou shalt not die. Perhaps the fact is not so heinous now. For tasted fruit, profaned first by the serpent, by him first made common and unhallowed air our taste, nor yet on him found deadly. He yet lives. Higher degree of life, inducement strong to us, as likely tasting, to attain proportional ascent, which cannot be, but to be gods, angels, demigods. Nor can I think that God, creator wise, though powerful, would in earnest so destroy us, his prime creatures, be frustrate, do, undo, and labor lose? Not well conceived of God. Through his power, creation could repeat, us would be loath to abolish, lest the adversary triumph and say, fickle the state whom God most favors. Me first he ruined, now mankind. Whom will he next? However, I with thee have fixed my lot, certain to undergo like doom. Death consort with thee, then death is to me as life. So forcibly within my heart, I feel the bond of nature draw me to mine own in thee. Our states cannot be severed. We are one flesh. To lose thee were to lose myself.
Oh, glorious trial of exceeding love, illustrious evidence, example high, engaging me to emulate but short of thy perfection. Adam, from whose dear side I boast me sprung, and gladly of our union hear thee speak, one heart, one soul in both, whereof good proof this day affords, declaring thee resolved, rather than death or aught than death shall separate us, linked in love so dear, to undergo with me one guilt, one crime, if any be of tasting this fair fruit. Were it, I thought, death menaced would ensue, I would sustain alone the worst, and not persuade thee. But I feel far otherwise. The event, not death, but life augmented, new hopes, new joys, that what of sweet before hath touched my lips, flat seems it now and harsh. On my experience, Adam, freely taste.
Oh, Eve, now I see thou art exact of taste, of sapience, no small part, since to each meaning savor we apply, and palate call judicious. Much pleasure we have lost while we abstain from this delightful fruit, nor known true relish tasting. If such things, if pleasure be in things to us forbidden, it might be wished for this one tree had been forbidden 10. But come, so well refreshed, now let us play. as meat is after such delicious fare. For never did thy beauty, since the day I saw thee first and wedded thee, so inflame my sense with ardor to enjoy thee. Fairer now than ever, bounty of this virtuous tree.
Where art thou, Adam? Want with joy to meet my coming, seen far off? I miss thee here, not pleased, thus entertained with solitude where obvious duty erewhile appeared unsought. Or come I less conspicuous? Or what change absence thee? Or what chance detains? Come forth.
I heard thee in the garden, and of thy voice afraid, being naked, hid myself.
My voice thou oft hast heard, and hast not feared, but still rejoiced. How is it now become so dreadful to thee? That thou art naked, who has told thee? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I gave thee charge thou shouldest not eat?
Evil straight, this day I stand before my judge, either to undergo myself the total crime, or to accuse my other self, the partner of my life, whose failing or fate to me remains I should conceal, and not exposed to blame by my complaint. Yet strict necessity subdues me, and calamitous constraint, lest on my head both sin and punishment, however insupportable, be all devolved. Yet should I hold my peace, yet thou wouldst easily detect what I conceal. This woman, whom thou gavest me as thy perfect gift, so good, so fit, so acceptable, so divine, that from her hand I could suspect no ill, and what she did, whatever in itself. Her doing seemed to justify the deed. She gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Was she thy God, that her thou didst obey before his voice? Or was she made thy guide, superior, or but equal, that to her thou didst resign thy manhood, and the place wherein God set thee above her made of thee, and for thee, whose perfection far excelled hers in all real dignity? Adorned she was indeed, and made lovely to attract thy love, not thy subjection. Say, woman, what is this which thou hast done?
The serpent me beguiled, and I did eat.
Thy sorrow I will greatly multiply by thy conception. Children shalt thou bring in sorrow forth. Because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife, and eaten of the tree concerning which I gave thee charge, saying, Thou shalt not eat thereof. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. Thou in sorrow shalt eat thereof all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles that shall bring thee forth unbid, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of the ground wast thou taken. Know thy birth. For dust thou art, and shalt to dust return.
Oh, Eve, evil hour thou didst give in to that false worm, of whomsoever taught the counterfeit man's voice, true in our fall, false in our promised